So I went out
Right.
like a week ago or something.
Mhm.
I was chilling, brushed my teeth, like did my night care routine. I've been doing my skincare routine. I don't know if you know. Um,
What made you finally like stay on track with the skincare?
nah, just like
Because his
like,
routine is like more than mine now.
nah, it's just like self consideration, like coming to like conclusions, just like on my own time, like looking in the mirror and be like, man, like this is something I can like invest in, like invest my time in, So like I put serum, then I put moisturizer, and then in the morning I put sunscreen. At nighttime I don't put sunscreen, obviously. Eye cream or whatever. I just did my skincare routine.
We're gonna make a whole get ready with
and
me
then
to sleep video with
my
you.
my god sister called me and was like, da da da, pull up. It's like, all right, been a while.
Right.
Been a while. Pull up to the spot. You know the
Right.
spot. You know the spot.
I know the spot.
She knows the spot.
It's in Steinway.
And I go, chilling, vibing, and I realized that like they just play the same music that they played back in 2016. You know the songs. Name some songs. You are
Controller.
unforgettable.
Controller.
Yeah. Same type of songs.
That was like more like 2018.
That was 2018.
But
You're right.
I feel like they played it because back then it was vibe. Like you can't go back to those summers.
Yeah, but it's like you don't try to bring it back either.
Like do you
'Cause
remember
you're
like
playing
the
same music.
the Drake album?
Yeah, I know a Drake one, but it's like, don't you think they should like let it go? It's like it's when you're balding, but like still the guys like try to like shape up
But
their
maybe
hair.
that's
It's like
the
let it go.
reason. That's the reason. These older lads are going to these lounges and they're trying to like feel young again,
Facts,
but they can't because they're balding and like they have a family to get to. They're old now, So maybe they feel a little young.
But so you don't see
Nostalgia
me
vibes.
going back to like the college clubs where they play like
You know what it is?
Huh.
You know what it is? I
What is
got
it?
it. Like the other day I was anxious, so I played One Direction to feel better about myself, and that helped. So it's like when you are listening to nostalgic tunes, it makes you feel a little bit better because you associate the music with like younger times.
But the thing is, you're
like comfort
you're
music.
just like a sweet girl who's just like in the comfort of her own home. Like these are like grown men out going to club. I'm not going to like the UCF bars listening to like like if our love was shining. Like I'm not.
What song was that?
Clarity.
Clarity.
You love that song.
Yeah, that
you
song.
love that song. Like I'm not trying to like relive those times. Like I'm trying to like move on with the world. Like the world keeps like revolving like on its axis, and like we should just be also be
Revolving
changing
on its axis.
changing with the times, But anyways, afterwards I got a burger from Chubby Burger.
Right.
It was a double cheeseburger
Okay.
with mac and cheese. So moral of the story, like if you also have like really bad music taste and like only listen to music that came out like 9 years ago, be prideful in it, I guess.
Yeah, like
don't be shy.
Don't feel judged. Like
Right?
if that's your comfort music, listen to
That's
your comfort
cool.
music.
Let's get it. Don't let me find out.
But you were you were
Like,
judging it
don't-
the whole time. Don't let him know.
Don't let me find out. But her, she'll be okay with it.
Yeah, do it around me. This is an accepting, open environment where you can listen to however old music you want, just to feel safe.
Not here though, but over that side.
Over here, not over there.
All right, that's my intro. Welcome back to our podcast today. Podcast called
Difficult Dish.
Hosted
Podcast about different South Asian narratives.
about South Asian narratives, hosted by myself, named Mashur Munir, and my
Hosted
co-host.
by me, Mahua Khan.
And before we get any further, like the video, subscribe
to the channel.
the YouTube channel, rate the video, or rate the
You think we can get to
episode.
1,000 subscribers soon?
Absolutely.
In the next 3 months?
I mean, that's not on us.
That's on
Unless
you guys.
you want me going adding 500 new accounts, that's up to you guys. Subscribe to the YouTube
Mm-hmm.
channel and rate and review and do all that beautiful stuff for us.
Also, we will be returning with our solo episode soon. We had to take a little break because we were both traveling in Bangladesh and also Ramadan. But we will be back to the 2 episodes every other week.
And the first one's
Hopefully
with
soon.
me. The first one's with me. Sorry.
Maybe not every other week, but we are going to bring in like solo episodes
Yeah, we
again.
will.
But anyway, what drink you got today?
The Halani.
Alani
the
Peach
mini
Energy drink.
peach,
little
'cause,
mini.
feel me, 5 calories. I'll let y'all know how it is. I had this yesterday. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty
It's
good.
not that good. It's okay. It's pretty good. I'm lying. What about you?
I just have a calm water.
Calm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up? Like, what's up? Like, what you want to talk about today? What's up? I don't even know.
So we've gotten a lot of bad advice in our life, right?
Damn, that sucks.
We've gotten bad advice that people just expect us to follow because, they're elders.
And that's true.
Because the community is that's expected in the community.
Right.
So you're expected to follow. Yeah. And, sometimes we revolt and we say that advice is not good. And then we get shut down for when we speak up for ourselves, right?
Facts.
But then after trial and error of trying to follow that advice, we realized that we were right. And that advice was actually wrong.
Yeah.
But even if we don't follow it, we just know in our hearts that it's wrong, right? Okay. So these might be some unpopular takes. Again, it's our opinion, right? It's not factual. It could be different for you.
Yeah.
But we've gotten some advice in our lives that just weren't hot. They were just bad. And you guys sent in a lot of your own bad advices. Advice. Sorry.
I think it's just advice.
I think it's just advice.
We're bugging.
I'm kidding. Why? You guys sent in your bad advice, and so we're gonna read through some of them, but we're also gonna say some of ours.
What's number one? What's number one bad advice you've been given? And by who? Call them out.
Why would I do that? One bad advice that I got was choose a realistic job. How do you feel about that one?
I mean, hey, what makes it bad advice? Tell me. What makes it bad advice?
Because I feel like if you put yourself in that box where you only choose jobs that make money and jobs that other people have done before, it kind of prevents you from actually getting out of your comfort zone and trying to do a passion that you haven't really thought of before. Because I get it. Like, you obviously have to make money in the society and you have to, live. But also, if people are constantly telling you, choose a realistic job, choose a practical job, choose this only ABC job, it kind of prevents you from, seeing another world,
I don't know. I mean, I think things like this is hard to call it bad advice because, it's one of those pieces of advice that you just gotta take and live your own life and see how it plays for yourself. But I think when I think bad advice, I think bad for at least majority of people. Whereas no,
obviously a lot of the things we're gonna say are gonna be good for people. It's gonna be good advice that they followed that they were fine with. But there's gonna be also advice that for most people it might not work with, So it's kind of just our own opinion. But I'm saying this because I feel like for some white parents, they are able to tell their kids choose what makes you happy, do a job that you're passionate about. But for immigrant parents, it's kind of do a practical job. And obviously it's their survival mindset, they're telling you that because that's the only thing that they know of. They know to work hard and pick a job that makes money. But it's I wish I had the more openness, opportunities, when I was younger. Because it's when you're only forced into that XYZ type of road, you feel the other roads aren't possible.
So what do you think the advice should have been?
I think the advice that is better is explore different hobbies, and the hobby that you're the most passionate about will also relate to money or also bring in the money.
See, I don't know. I think I live in a bit more of a realistic world. I don't know. I think cuz I'm a big believer in don't do what you love, just do what you're good at. If you love art and you love painting, you don't have to be a painter by your full-time nature. You can keep that a passion and be a freelance painter. Do that whenever you want.
I'm not talking about the people that want to pursue their hobbies but also have a stable income. I'm talking about the people like me who want to make their hobbies into their main income and pursue just those things to have a sustainable life. I'm not talking about the people that are balancing the hobby and the real job, Okay. You feel? But I get what you're saying. Sometimes your hobbies make it impossible to make money and you lose your passion with the hobby,
Okay. I got one. And then we'll go to something that you guys said, and we'll go in a little triangle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like you guys are here. We're taking turns going around the table.
I got one. These weren't the exact words.
Oh, it's like a direct quote?
No.
Oh,
it's not. I wish I thought of, but it was essentially, and you've heard this before. You guys have heard this before. Kill them with kindness.
Oh wow, that's a good one.
The just be nice, even if somebody does you wrong.
Why are you saying that this is bad advice when this is all you do?
Nah, I try.
Mashoon is literally the most over kind, over patient person.
It depends. It gets nuanced, okay? But for the most part, I do stand up for myself when it's like I feel like I'm being like threatened, or when like I feel like I'm being like in like the workplace. I think that's something that I learned a lot. I have a lot of like bad advice I've learned like just through the workplace and stuff. But like in work, if like your boss is on something, or like your coworkers are on something, or like, you know, your company says something that you don't agree with, or like your friends or whatever it is, it's you know, I always heard just from like everybody in the community, like, oh, like, you know, like there's no point in like starting a problem or like trying to be a threat, you know, just like, because this goes back to you know, like model minority, and like, you know, just trying to be like
fit
quiet
in,
and like and not try to start a ruckus, and not trying to be like a, you know, like have eyes on you. That's just
especially
as
just like
be like a passerby.
Like if you're a black woman, you're told to not be like aggressive or loud, because that's when you're called crazy and you're not taken serious.
Yeah.
And it's like if you are loud, you're overreacting, you know?
Same way I think about how like I was always told to like not get involved in like protests and stuff, you know, and like I think about how many kids like at universities right now, their parents are probably 95% of their parents are telling them, I'm like, don't do that, like just go to, they just tell you like just go to class and get your degree and it's fine, like whatever's going on, like it'll be dealt with. But it's like, and that's what I heard all the time, is like, don't get involved in all this stuff, like that's for other people, like let other people do that. But it's like, if everybody's parents is saying let other people do it, like who's gonna do it, you know? So
thankfully I came from the opposite.
Yeah.
Or my parents, I mean, I come from a very big like protest family on my mom's side, but also on top of that, my mom stands on shit as well as me.
Yeah.
You know?
So what are your thoughts on that? Kill them with kindness.
Yeah, I do the opposite. I just kill them.
Okay, thank you.
The thing about me is that I've become a lot more like logical or like rational, and I won't get over mad unless there's an actual reason to. Like I won't overreact unless there's an actual reason to.
Yeah.
If someone pushes me by accident, I'm not gonna just like turn around and punch him in the face, right? If someone like cuts me off on the highway, I'm not gonna honk at them for the most part. But also, if something is like bubbling up and something is like there's a reason for why I should yell, they're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. Facts. So yeah, I don't believe in that right now in this period in my life. So do you think that like you don't kill them with kindness?
No, I still do. I still.
You know what you're better at though?
What?
You're better at standing up for yourself for people you don't know.
Yeah.
But if it's for like someone you do know, no.
Yeah, I think yeah, you know, like I'm a lot better at it than I used to be like mute. I used to not say anything, you know, because I was hearing that at home, and like from everybody else, I was just like being like outcasted by like everybody. So like I just didn't feel like I had like a voice, or like I had like anything meaningful to say, or like meaningful to like to be heard.
You're meaningful to be said and
thank
heard.
You. Yeah, I know that now. But
it's kind of like the same saying as the customer's always right.
Yeah, it's tight shit.
The customer's never right.
Hello.
Like I had no problem telling off a customer when I was working at the pharmacy.
But yeah, I mean, like, you know, listening to that advice has made me a very patient person. You know, I think I'm a very nice person.
You're a Virgo too, to the T.
I'm patient. I'm very empathetic with people.
Too empathetic.
At the end of the day,
empathetic, but not empathetic enough for the club.
at the
The
end,
club's listening to music.
the what? Oh yeah, nah, y'all on some. But like at the end of the day, like I can obviously I can stand up for myself, especially if it's in like a threatening situation or a situation where like I have to. Like I understand like the lines of it, but still like the lines are like a little blurry for me. Like I can be nice in a situation that I probably shouldn't be nice in. 'Cause I don't like to start problems. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not fun. But yeah. Okay. Now I'm bring up one that y'all said, and like I said, we'll go in a little triangle. Feel me?
A little circle.
Who doesn't like what? Who doesn't like triangles? I had one. An obvious one, but let's just get through it. Let's just get it over with.
Why'd that take him 20 minutes to say?
Someone said, quote unquote, if you just went to therapy, you'd realize it really doesn't matter.
Wow.
So someone told her, if you went to therapy, you'd realize it just doesn't matter. Thoughts? Sure.
So that's bad advice because everything matters, even if it's small?
No, I think she's saying that like someone told her, go to therapy so you realize it doesn't matter. As in saying therapy doesn't matter.
Oh, therapy doesn't matter,
yeah,
or the issues don't matter?
Both, I guess. All right. Therapy doesn't matter. Let's just go with that.
Okay. Well, therapy does matter.
Right.
We all know that, right? Yeah, I don't know how you can discount the fact that like mental health is a big of a problem.
How.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
I still do.
That's what I'm saying.
Real.
There are still so many, people in our age group, people in the older bracket who just like don't believe in therapy, even though they have so many things wrong mentally. So many demons that they're fighting.
It's like the most messed up parents
Literally
are saying
the
that
most
they're fine.
messed up adults that are going through a lot of stuff.
I'm
fine. I'm
good.
fine. Yeah. And then they'll yell at you for even bringing it up.
Yeah.
But it's like when you're, well, I'm not talking about anything in real life, but there are parents that are fighting every single day, right?
Oh, yeah.
So as kids, because you're dealing with the fighting every single day, you're telling your parents, like, why don't you just get divorced?
Right.
And then they team
How
up.
dare you?
They team up together.
Yeah.
Finally, they stop fighting, and they start yelling at you for even bringing that up.
Yeah.
And they're together because of you for the kids, right? But anyway, so it's like,
I love getting hit with that.
So it's like when you do bring up therapy, it's suddenly like the most outlandish shit ever.
How dare you?
But I feel like therapy is so helpful. Like we've made episodes
nice.
about that. We've talked about our therapy experiences, and it really just like changes your mindset, the way you think about things, how you resolve like traumas and just get over it, how you resolve like any simple problems,
Yeah.
It's beneficial.
Yeah, therapy is cool. Therapy is like, like if you're like on a cliff and then there's like another cliff and like you got to get to that cliff, but you're like, where's the bridge? And then like the therapist will be like, oh, it's over there. That's like what a therapist does. It's like, it just like,
it like points you to the,
there it's like you're good, like you'll be fine, but it's like go that way.
Right.
Feel me? Like
that was a pretty good like comparison.
I know, I'm a rapper.
Yeah.
All right.
It's my turn, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Y'all liking this? Fit breakdown, Ecuador. I traveled to Ecuador. She got that from Mexico. We're just like two worldwide givers,
Givers. All right. Worst advice.
Yeah.
Don't tell your close friends or loved ones any deep secrets because they'll use it against you.
Don't tell your loved ones secrets.
Yeah.
Because they'll use it against you.
Yeah.
Damn.
On the same vein as.
Same vein.
Don't trust anyone because they will all leave you. How you feel about that?
No, you go ahead. Break that down. That's yours.
No, I feel like there are some elders that have gotten burned in the past. As people do, you get burned.
Yeah, man. Like brown people. A lot of them are sweethearts, but brown people can be very shady.
No, I get it. There can be shady people, but that can be in any culture, right? Any background. But also on top of that, our people hold grudges. Okay?
Who really?
Yeah. So if something happened 30 years ago, over a piece of grass,
cardboard, yeah,
a cardboard piece, like whatever, they're not gonna be talking 30 years later.
Never.
They hold like deep grudges after 30, 40 years.
It's crazy.
You know? And because of that, sometimes people are a little mistrusting, you know? But I feel like if you carry so much hate in your heart where you don't genuinely, like, people can say they forgive, but are they ever going to forgive and forget? You know? Because it's like, yeah, you can forgive someone, but if you're still constantly talking shit about them, if you're still actually mad about the situation and you don't trust them anymore, like, did you really forgive?
Did you?
You know? So my thing is that, isn't it the point to have close friends and, like, a partner that you were with forever, if that's your thing? Isn't it the point to have people close to you that you can tell things to?
Yeah.
Like, why would you want to keep, like, such deep burdens to yourself? And on top of that, I feel like that just plays into, keep your traumas, keep your, like, private stuff to you, just private, because it, like, makes mental health more taboo, you know? So my thing is, like, I'm going to open up to people. Yeah. You know, obviously, if I
be careful
know
who
them,
you open up
of course,
to,
be careful.
You know?
Be
not
wary,
everybody.
But it's like, I'm not going to be with someone that's my best friend for 20 years and she doesn't even know who I am, what, like, hurts me, what's, like, something that I think about. I'm not going to be married for 30 years and just, they don't even know, like, my birthday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You got to let some people in.
You know?
But I get it, man. Yeah, a lot of our parents have been played, especially by people that have been in your life for a long time.
I get it.
Yeah, man.
But I feel like when you are looking at the world with such a negative lens and you're just constantly looking at the worst in people instead of, like, the good.
Yeah.
It just makes you feel, like, so closed off and you can't enjoy life properly. You know? Like, you gotta assume
the best in people.
The best in people.
You said that.
You know?
You snap. Go on.
Thanks, buddy.
I got one.
Yeah.
Kind of not controversial, just, like, want to know your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And, you know, a relatable one. We always heard, eat every grain of rice off your plate. There are starving children.
I was like that too.
And, you know, over here and over there, there's children who don't have this and people that don't have that. So you have to eat everything. Even if we feed you, you know, 6,000 calories a day, you got to eat all 6,000. Heard that all my life.
Yeah.
You heard that all your life. I'm sure a lot of y'all have too. What are your thoughts on that?
I grew up with, like, that too.
Yeah.
And I said that stuff to anyone else. I remember me and my best friend actually had a fight when we went to Miami. Yeah. Because she was, like, eating a taco. She couldn't finish it. And I'm like, just eat it. Yeah. I was like, why are you wasting food? Like, do your best. Yeah. And then we fought. She was like, I can't. I'm full. But anyway, yeah, so I had to unlearn this the hard way because, you know, if you're completely full, you're stuffed to the brim. If you have one more bite, you're not gonna, like, throw up, obviously, but it feels like, you know, you're going beyond your limits. Yeah. You know? And my thought process was that, yeah, like, there's food left over. This is gonna feed, like, so many people. If I gave it, like, why am I wasting it? My mom always says, "Ekta dana of rice." Yeah. 1 grain of rice can feed a whole bird family, right? One grain of rice, the entire family of birds.
One grain of rice you leave is one extra day in hell.
No, literally. Yeah, there was all these fear tactics, right? Yeah. But also on top of that, if you keep believing like that, it just makes you feel, like, stuffed mentally, physically, everything. It makes you grow up with, like, that scarcity mindset. Yeah. And yeah, there are people starving. There are people suffering all over the world. And you are thinking about them. It's not like we aren't. But also think about your own health too, you know? Yeah. And also 2 pieces of rice isn't gonna do much.
Here are my thoughts, man. Like, you know, it's no secret when it comes to the South Asian cuisine. A lot of it is not healthy for you. Yeah. A lot of it's not. And not only are we eating extremely unhealthy, oily...
Well, I wouldn't say a lot of it. There are many dishes that are cooked with a lot of oil and things like that. But there are also a lot of healthy dishes.
Yeah,
as well.
but you know, talking about the dishes that are typically cooked in the household, like, you know, a lot of the time it's unhealthy. Like, that's not, I'm not trying to bash it. Like, that's just reality. Like, it's high caloric food. You know, it's high oily food. And when you combine unhealthy, like super oily food, and you know, having to eat double the amount that you want to, and like feeling terrible if you leave any left over, like, you know, like, not speaking for me, but I know that like it creates a lot of like food and like a lot of like food
image, like having body
like,
image.
What's the word I'm looking for? It creates a lot of just like personal issues that you can grow with like food and eating. I know so many people that it's affected like that. You know, like, how many, like, if we're being real, like, how many of us grew up just like fatter or just like chubbier, and it's strictly because of the food and like not being allowed to go out, you know? So like
not having a balance with it.
Yeah, you know, and like, and also what you said about like the scarcity mindset, and you know, feeling like this is like there's only this food, and it's like two things can exist at once. Like, there can be struggling families, obviously, like we like that's obvious, but at the same time, like, this grain of rice not going to.
We have a whole episode on just, you know, like the
like,
food relationship with the body image, you know, just cooking in this culture. I remember my mom the other day. I actually genuinely felt bad, right? So the other day my mom goes, you know, I was thinking the other day how long it takes for one piece of rice grain, like a rice plant, to grow just one grain of rice. And I started feeling sympathetic for the rice grain.
Yeah, she got a point.
She was like, think about it. It takes weeks and months for this one grain.
Weeks and months for this one grain
to grow this one piece of rice. Think about all the people and water associated with just growing this one grain of rice.
Exactly.
And here we are, so quick with just throwing it out.
So she's getting deeper into the bad.
I feel so bad for the rice.
It's getting worse. Yeah, it's like that. Anyways, moving on.
Can I read a response?
Yeah, if you want. I kind of like that one, but whatever you want.
Anyways, this is pretty good. I didn't like it when I first opened it. It was a little too carbonized and carbonated, but
carbonized and carbonated.
But now it's okay. It's juicy peach, so it's not regular peach. It's extra juicy peach. It's vegan too. Shout out my vegans. I actually went vegan for a day. I couldn't do it. I did it for like 2
When
meals.
did you do that?
I did it when I was like 19. When I was in like my hipster era. I did it for 2 meals, and then I couldn't. Like for dinner, I needed chicken.
Yeah, someone said, "Don't work during high school."
Thoughts?
Yeah, I had that said to me too.
Yeah.
But I still did it.
But do you understand the point of like why is that said?
I understand it. Like a lot of parents don't want their children to work during school because they want them to just focus on schoolwork and get good grades.
Yeah.
But I feel like in this day and age, you need to work, not to make money, but to have experience, because like school matters, yeah, grades matter, but work experience is really what's getting you, and connections is what's getting you far. And yeah, I'm grateful that I went for it and still worked from high school, because it gave me so much like real life experience and like made me feel ready for college and beyond, because I had those other life skills in my pocket, you know.
Make your own money, you know. I even like to not make it complicated, like, you know, from as early as you can, try not to live off your parents, you know, like make your own money. It feels so much better. Like you feel
more independent.
Feel like you actually work for something, and like you know, you earn the ability to like spend it however you want. Yeah, I mean, make your own money as early as you can. You'll be happy that you did. Yeah. All right, you got one? What's up? We could do a few more.
The next piece of worst advice I got is, when you marry someone, look at their family first. Thoughts on that? Okay, I know this is a hot take, because I know having a good family background plays a part in who your partner is, because obviously your environment is a big like play into who you are, right? But also at the end of the day, if your parents are shitty people, or if your parents don't have good jobs, that doesn't mean that you're also going to be shitty and you're also not going to have a good job.
Facts.
Right? you are not a direct reflection of not even just your parents, but your family. Like, if your parents are divorced or separated, or if your dad is someone that works in the sanitation department, that doesn't make you lower status.
Facts.
You know? And when you are marrying someone, obviously look at their family, right? It can help you kind of determine what kind of family you're getting into if you do choose to marry the person. But also, don't depend your whole decision on just who the family is. Yeah. You know? And I feel like we get, like, whenever, like, especially a South Asian family, and you sit down with the parents, their first reaction is, like, what kind of family do they come from? Mm-hmm. Right? What do their parents do?
Yeah, first question.
And then it's like, what do they do? Like, what does the person you want to marry do?
Yeah.
And it's just like, I get it. It's for security. Like, you want your child to be in the best hands possible. But whether your family is a good family or a bad family, that doesn't determine all the time if the partner is also going to be good or bad. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. You got that.
Had to be said.
You got that.
I slayed with that one, huh?
You did. You know, because, like, a lot of the time it's like, if they're asking, like, what like, you know, the other person's parents do, it's like, it's not that they're looking forward to, like, look down on them, but, like, they already have it decided in their head, like, oh, if they come from a good place, good. If they come from a bad place, bad.
Yeah.
You know, but they're not coming from a place of, like, they just want to know. Like, just to, like, have more information. They're trying like to make, like, motive. a decision on, like, how they feel about them without, you know, even caring about meeting them first, you know. So yeah, shorty, you snap with that one.
You like that one?
I got one. I mean, I got a few more. I don't even know which one to say.
Maybe we gotta do a part 2.
I don't even know which one to say. I got, you know, for me, but I'll say one. Listen to your elders.
Dang. So that's good advice or bad advice?
Bad advice.
Why?
Bad advice.
That's a hot take.
Hear me out. I mean, like, you know, at the end of the day, like, I love my OGs. Like, I got people that, like, are adults that, you know, and some of the best advice I've ever gotten in my life is from people that are 50, 60, whatever. Like, I'm thinking about one person right now. But two things can exist at once. A lot of these elders are on some bullshit. A lot of them are stuck in their ways. A lot of them are stuck in the 60s and the 70s. A lot of them are still traditional and continue to become more traditional and don't care
like, what? What's something that an elder said that what's the worst advice of this worst advice?
In Bangladesh, I just heard from a lot of grown men how just like dehumanizing women, just saying that, you know, this is the job of a woman and women belong here and women are, you know,
just to clarify,
not verbatim,
you don't believe in that.
Just to clarify, I don't believe in that. And, like, they're not saying this word for word, but, like, you can understand from, like, the energy, the way that they're speaking, like, to macho women. Men. The way that they're speaking to women, it's like, you know, it's a very different world. And, like, at the end of the day, I know anything or a lot of things, majority of things that elders say are coming from a good place. You know, they're just trying to let you in on what they've lived through and what they have, like, what they've learned in their life. But a lot of them are not with the times. And I'm not saying that you gotta update your lessons. You know, a lot of it is just based on, like, foundation. Like, a lot of lessons that my mom teaches me of, like, honesty and hard work, these are based on foundation. Like, they're not, these don't change with the time. But a lot of what they say, they can just be on some bullshit sometimes, and just, like, not and just say advice that is so opinionated, but they've lived through it, so they think it's right because they've lived that way for 70 years or whatever. But a lot of them are, you know,
it's kind of like you know how we watched Rocky or Rani, the Bollywood movie, on Amazon. Yeah. And the girl Alia Bhatt, she was seen as disrespectful because she spoke up for herself against the elders, even though the elders were completely wrong in the situation. Exactly. But then she was called disrespectful and, like, she was shunned because she spoke up for herself, especially as a woman. But, you know, sometimes they need to be put in their place. You know, obviously you can you could do it in a respectful way, but don't let them walk all over you all the time if what they're saying is completely out of pocket.
Like, how many of our friends' parents do we know that just like be saying some
yeah, they just think they can say whatever because they're older.
Like, you know, like it's okay to like in a way check them, I guess.
I think
like,
respect goes both ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I remember growing up, like aunties would always say something about like my skin color, acne on my skin, and this and that, and I would just take it
and
because
God
it's
forbid,
like
God forbid you say something back or like stand up for yourself, you know.
But now if they say something like that,
excuse me,
you know, I start.
So yeah, you know, like respect your elders, but elders gotta respect the youth too.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, feel me? Okay, last one.
Also, we're dressed up today because we are going to a show later tonight with some fun music with my brother, my brother's bestie, my family, you know.
How you feel about that?
And you're just tagging along, huh?
I mean, so we got a lot that are just, you know, jobs and marriage. We get it. We've been there. Y'all know the drill with that.
We've been there and we are there.
Someone said to wash my acne-filled face with the hard side of the sponge.
Oh wow, that hurts.
So just, you know, just like odd self-care tactics.
Right. I remember my dad would always tell me to put cocoa butter on my skin to get rid of the hyperpigmentation.
My mom used to just throw away all my skincare stuff. Like, you don't need that. Like, you know, like how
natural remedies or no remedies at all.
Shout out natural remedies, just water.
Yeah.
Water and sunlight.
My mom would tell me not to put on any topical creams or get antibiotics or anything for my skin because that's not natural.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on like natural remedies? You know, like
natural remedies help a lot. Like, you know, we're known for our natural remedies in our culture, but it's also like at one point or another you got to throw the rag. Yeah. You know, and just accept the failure that it's not working for you.
I think like, you know, the products are like the plan B. You know, like it's like obviously like they're helpful and you know, there's no problem with using them, but like first you got to make sure you're drinking enough water. And first you got to make sure you're going outside.
Yeah.
And once that's covered, and you still see that like things are going whatever way, then you know.
Yeah, like I remember when I had acne, and you know people were telling me to go the natural route and exhaust all the other options. I literally tried everything. I didn't eat chocolate. I didn't have anything sugary. I stopped drinking milk, and then I would sleep more. I would drink all this water. I didn't drink any coffee for like at least 6-7 years. Yeah. And I tried all of the natural things, you know, and a lot of people actually have PCOS and that's why they break out. Yeah. Or, you know, whatever it is. And they take out so many things out of their diet. But even then it doesn't work because it's like an internal problem, you know? Yeah. So that's when I had to go like the medication route and like the topical creams and things like that. And that was the only thing that worked for me.
And our parents don't be getting that.
And even the fact where like you've exhausted all options for like a mental health thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like you've tried journaling, you've tried talking to a friend, you've tried drinking the water, you've tried praying. None of those things are working. Honey, you need medication. You need to actually go to therapy and you need some help. And your elders are still telling you, no, go the natural route.
Water.
Drink some water.
Yeah, go wrong.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say, I fear you're wrong. Yeah. You know, I fear to say that like the elders are wrong in that situation, right? So that's like the last thing you want to hear when you've tried everything else.
You got it. Shout out her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Damn, we had a bunch. I still have a lot more. Y'all flooded the DMs. Y'all got a lot to say.
Maybe we'll do a little part 2.
We'll do let us know if you like this one.
Yeah. So as you guys know, we always end off our episodes with some 10-second advice. So this time around, I actually got one.
I told her to prep before. That's the only reason. Y'all don't see the 5 minutes we cut in between. All right, go ahead.
So you know when you're painting or when you're working on your laptop, and sometimes the utensil that you're using, so like for example the paintbrush or the laptop that you're working on, it's very slow. It's not working. Like my paintbrush is very old. It has tape around it because it keeps coming off. The bristles are not working. So then because of that, the end product or the process of doing the work on your laptop or painting, whatever, it takes a longer time. It doesn't come up to your standard. It just like kind of drains out the process, right?
I hear you.
But then you're complaining. You're like, oh my God, this is taking so long. This is not my best work, blah, blah, blah. But then sometimes you change out the paintbrush. You get a better one. You get maybe a better laptop to work on.
Yeah, just like that.
It just makes the whole like maybe all you got to do is change out the utensil. And it's not your work ethic. It's not your ability to do the work. It's the utensil or the tool that you're using to do the work that's hindering you.
Damn. That's kind of deep.
Think about that.
That's kind of deep.
Think about that. You like that one?
I am. That's deep. I like that. I heard a quote today that I really liked.
Yeah. Where'd you hear it?
In a podcast.
Okay. So now we're just recycling it.
It was some people are so poor that the only thing that they have is money.
Wow, break that down for a sec.
Think about it.
I know it's only 10 seconds.
I'll leave y'all with that, you know.
Just like why did you like it so much?
I just like it, you know, because like we don't know how much more there is to the world than money. You know, a lot of us.
But money does help a lot.
Money helps, but money's not the solution. A lot of us look at it as a solution. Solution. That's the solution.
Right.
Some people so poor that the only thing they got is money.
Good one.
Think about it.
That was good. That's a gem. Thank you
guys so much for listening to our episode of the podcast. This is a podcast called Difficult-ish.
Emoji of the week. We didn't have one last week.
The emoji of the week is. I don't know.
No, just say it.
Let me see what I've been using recently. You know, like.
It's gonna be the most out-of-pocket emoji.
Drop me like the yoga emoji, like the girl.
Ooh, like Zen emoji. Yeah. That's a good one. All right, we love you guys so much.
Good advice. Yes.
Make sure to follow, like, subscribe,
all that,
review,
all that,
and we'll see you guys.
Thank you guys so much
next week. Allah Hafiz.